What's up, YouTube? I haven't made one of these in a long time, and you know, so here I am trying to make one. Um, yeah, there's a lot going through my mind, and I just thought I would get on here and share it. I think on the day to day, things have been going really well. I got to meet a cute little baby, two babies this weekend. Little baby boy, and he was just so adorable. Newborn babies are so cute, um, but they also feel so delicate. The dad was holding the baby with their head, and he was burping him, and I was like, wow, you really have to hold the neck. So I'm actually going to be a dad in about a month, and I'm excited. Um, but the main thing I was worried about is that newborns feel very like delicate, right? So it feels like if I don't support their head, they can get injured. So there's a lot of fears around being like taking care of a baby, but I think I'll be fine. But yeah, seeing a baby boy and baby girl this weekend, or just with two separate friends, is just like the most amazing gift I could receive. And they hung out with family. Um, yeah, so people have been so supportive. We've gotten my coworkers gave me like a bunch of stuff that their kids are older now, and when friends from church now also give us a bunch of newborn diapers. So I've been like super blessed at how supportive everyone has been, and just being blessed to have the family I have and the friends I have. So yeah, 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 yeah. And yeah, the weeks go by fast and the days go by slowly. Um, but yeah, what else? This is honestly not scripted, so trying to think about. I think there's a lot of things. Um, let's see, personal life. Let's cover. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting to see week over week. You know, I'm having a baby boy, so week over week, I'm getting to see this baby boy, you know, develop and change. Um, and it's kind of exciting, just seeing, like the movements and like I don't know. There's a lot. It's just his face, and I don't know. It's really exciting. I think it reminds you how valuable life is in a way. I think all of humanity's problems. This is the macro I'm thinking about. Is just humans hurting other humans. Right? We don't have to, like if it's like if you look at how precious life is and how life is created, right? Like we sort of forget that when people become adults, right? I mean, like a baby boy, or like how life is and how life is created and how special that is. I think the world leaders and people going to war and fighting over this other stupid stuff like lose sight of how precious life is and what we have. I think the idea that like we're only here for a short period of time, so like might as well enjoy it. Be fully present and try to make the best of it, right? But I just wish more people could see or understand how precious and how unique and how fragile, not fragile, but how amazing new life is, right? Or a baby is, right? I think if more people understand that, this earth would be more less of a chaos ground. I think there's also a lot of misinformation going out there, so people are acting on you know all sort of crazy biases and stuff. But anyway, all of that aside, I think all of humanity's problems are just humans hurting other humans, and I think instead of humans hurting other humans, humans can help other humans. If you throw everybody under flag, religion, whatever you want to do that, but it just should come down to people helping each other, uplifting each other, and I think under the right environment, people can. But that's just the macro that was floating through my head. Recently I've been working through Claude Code, and and AI has developed to a point where you can take any idea and you can build it. So I've worked on 2 projects so far, and I'm building it out, and I've I'm basically able to build a whole application in less than 3 days, and it's incredible. And now marketing, all this stuff is just a one-click thing. So you like, for me, it's like, do I really need to work for someone else if I can just build something and go out there and sell it? Right? I think the one person org chart is a real thing, and I think more and more people will start realizing it, and organizations are going to start, I don't know when, but there are always going to be organizations that never might not adopt AI, but like more and more organizations, are going to start realizing about this AI thing, and there are going to be more layoffs. But for the people who are, in between, I think it's a huge opportunity to like grow and learn the skill and go build something. And I'm going to try, I have no idea. I'm probably going to fail, but like I'm going to try. And yeah, I'm excited. We'll see how that goes. Um, See, I'm building my own projects and I'm learning and I want to grow. So yeah, that's for work. I think um, I definitely was also thinking about like several. I have so many ideas, but I think back to the macro level. I think like I was thinking about how you would structure things, and I think you know, I think if you're able to change beliefs, habits, thoughts, like of people, I think that would translate to a bigger thing. So, but anyway, um, I'm like I have a lot of ADHD, but I think um, day to day, I'm honestly really really blessed. As of today, I picked up some Chipotle and I'm gonna eat that and continue building. But I think there's a lot to be said about becoming a parent. I'm going to be a parent or a dad in a month, and I'm excited. I think there's a lot to be said about becoming a parent. Parents go through so much to bring a child into this world and continue to keep that child alive and grow. So I think becoming a parent, if possible, I think is honestly the truest, biggest blessing you can receive, and also the biggest gift you can give, because you're not only bringing someone into this world, but you're also help raising them and giving them a life. So you're giving a part of you, and also helping them be better, right? So it's a gift you receive and a gift you can give. It's a twofold thing, and I'm not sure if my son will ever find this channel, but if you do, uh, man, this is a month before you were born, um, and I'm making this video today. So if you do find this YouTube channel, uh, well, yeah, these are my spaghetti thoughts. Um, but yeah, I mean, you're not born yet, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, honestly, I'm excited to meet you. If this is my son, I'm excited to meet you. You're just a couple weeks away from being, welcome to planet Earth. I know Earth can be a crazy place, but it's also a really beautiful place with trees and birds, and there are bad people, but there are also a lot of good people. I think you know there's the storms and then there's the rainbows, right? Earth, and as you go through this life, you will realize that it is a journey worth living. There's going to be pain and suffering, but then there's also going to be moments of laughter and joy, and you know and life is not meant to be perfect, and no one anywhere has all the answers, and it's okay. We're all getting by day to day. So if this is my son watching this video or in the future, I just want to say I love you and I will love you forever. And I just go through this life, never stop learning, never stop growing, be the best you can be, bring your best self, so that be your best self and bring your best self and show up like that way every single day to other people, and um, pray and ask for grace, you know, because you can't do it alone, right? You need something to believe in, a higher power, and live, laugh, eat good food, travel the world, and be yourself. And no matter what you do, no matter if life throws you down, just pick yourself back up, dust your shoes, and keep going. um, I can't believe you're going to be here soon, so super excited. um, anyway, whoever's watching this video, um, I'm really excited, as you can see. So thank you so much. If y'all have any questions, drop it below. I'll try to make a video. Have a blessed day. Bye.